Good morning, year ones. Welcome to your math lesson. Today we're learning to compare number sentences, which we have done before, but with smaller numbers. Now we're comparing number sentences where the total can be up to 20. So how do I compare number sentences? Let's remind ourselves of the success criteria. So we need to calculate one number sentence, calculate the other number sentence, and then identify whether the first number sentence is less than, equal to, or greater than the second number sentence. We can do that using words, the words I've just used, and we can do it using the symbols that we have been practicing. All right, so let's make a start with our fast 4 questions. These are all around comparison, just to refresh our memory of using those symbols and using those words. So remember, you can pause at any point to write down your workings or write down your answers, and we'll come back for the answers. So number 1, this symbol here means what? What does that symbol mean? And number 2, let's compare 5 with 8. What symbol goes here? Number 3, write a number less than 4. And number 4, compare this 10 frame with this 10 frame. What symbol goes here? Right, let's see what we've remembered. So number 1, this symbol means greater than. Number 2, let's compare 5 with 8. 5 is less than 8. Number 3, write a number less than 4. So a few options for that one. We could have had what? We could have had 3, 2, 1, or 0, using the numbers that we've learned so far in year 1. And number 4, compare this 10 frame with this 10 frame. So this 10 frame shows 8. This 10 frame shows 9. And we know that 8 is less than 9. Did you remember how to use those symbols? I hope so, but don't worry if not, because we will be practicing today. So have a look at this bar model. So Stevie says the bar model shows 9 subtract 6 equals 15. Is that true or false? Pause to have a think. Okay, it is false. Sorry, Stevie. Okay, now can you pause again to have a little discussion about why it is false? Okay, so Stevie has worked out or tried to work out a subtraction number sentence. And what do we know about subtraction number sentences? We know that they always start with the whole number, exactly, the whole number or the greatest number. So she should have started a subtraction number sentence with 15. She can have 15 subtract. In fact, let's pause here. Can you write down the fact family for this bar model? So what should Stevie have written, or what could Stevie have written? 4 facts in the fact family, so addition and subtraction. All right, so starting with subtraction, we could have had 15 take away 6 equals 9, or 15 take away 9 equals 6. Did you get both of those? And then for the additions in the fact family, she could have had 9 add 6 equals 15, or 6 add 9 equals 15. Okay, so any of those would have been correct, Stevie, but unfortunately you were wrong this time. Okay, here's our vocabulary. So let's go over what we already know just as a refresher. So we've got minus, subtract, take away, means take away an amount from another to calculate difference. Then add and plus means put together amounts to calculate the total. And then we've got our less than symbol, which means less than means smaller or fewer. Then our equals symbol, which means equal to or the same as, which we're probably more confident with because we use that a lot more. And then our greater than symbol, which means bigger or larger. Okay, so let's compare these pictorial representations. So are these greater than or less than? Let's have a look. Now, because they're pictorial representations, we can already tell just by looking at it whether it's greater than or less than. But we still want to use our maths and our skills of adding tens and ones. So we're going to work out what it is anyway, and that will help us to check our answers too, won't it? So here we've got, what's this show? That's right, a bundle of 10 straws. So 10, 1 10, and how many ones? 2 ones, exactly. 1 10 and 2 ones, or 10 and 2. And then over here, we've got how many 10s? That's right, 1 10, and how many ones? 3 ones. 1 10 and 3 ones, which is 13. So 12 is what compared to 13? That's right, it's less. And we can see, can't we, just by looking at the pictures, that there are less straws over here than there are over here. Okay, so what do we think about this now? We've got Dean's this time. Is this greater or less than this? What do you think? I think it's greater than, but let's check. So we've got how many 10s? That's right, 1 10. And how many ones? 4 ones, 14. And then over here, we've got how many 10s? 1 10, and how many ones? 3 ones, 13. So were we right? Yes, 14 is greater than 13. Okay, so now we're going to have another look at the symbols. Let's remind ourselves, what does this symbol mean? Greater than. What does this symbol mean? Equal to. And what does this symbol mean? Less than. Okay, so here, which number do we have here? 15. And then, oh, we're comparing it with this number word. What does this number word say? That's right, 14. So we're comparing 15 with 14. Now, let's look at the number track to see whether 15 is less than, greater than, or equal to 14. So here is 15, and here is 14. So what do we know about using a number track to work out whether a number is less than or greater than? Can you tell me? So if a number is greater, it will be further along the number line, won't it? Because as we move along the number line, as we move forwards along the number line, I should say, the numbers get bigger, the numbers get greater. So I can see that 15 comes after 14, which means that 15 is greater than 14. Did you get that one? Superstar. Okay, next we've got another number word. What does this number word say? It says 11. And then over here, can you read this with me? 1 10 and 9 ones. 1 10 and 9 ones, or 10 and 9. What is 1 10 and 9 ones? Well done if you said 19. So comparing 11 with 19. Let's look at the number track again. Here's 11, here's 19. So 11 must be less than 19, exactly, because it comes before 19. And then finally, we've got 10 and 8 compared with This number word. What is 10 add 8? Can you work it out for me? 10 add 8, or 110 and 8 ones is 18. And then what's this number word? Ah, it's 18, isn't it? So what symbol needs to go here? That's right, equals. 10 add 8 is equal to 18. They are the same. Okay, so we're comparing number sentences now using 10 frames. So I'll have a turn first, and then it'll be your turn. So we've got 9 red counters, add 3 yellow counters. 9 add 3. We're comparing that with 8 red counters, add 3 yellow counters. 8 add 3. Now I can see, just by looking at that 9 add 3 is greater than 8 add 3, because there are more counters altogether. But I'm not just going to do that, am I? No, I want to work out what 9 add 3 is. So 9 red counters add 3 yellow counters is 12, and 8 red counters add 3 yellow counters is 11. So now I can see with the numbers as well, comparing the numbers, not just the pictures, that 12 is greater than 11. So I'm going to write the word as well, greater than. 12 is greater than 11. 9 add 3 is greater than 8 add 3. Okay, let's have a go at this one together. So this time we've got subtractions. So we're not adding this time, we are subtracting. Can you pause the screen here to have a go at this, and then we'll come back to check if you were right. Okay, so you might have gone and got some resources or some objects in your house to help you work this one out, or you might have drawn a picture. Luckily, I've got the picture right in front of me. So if I'm taking away, I can use my pen to cross out. So 14 subtract 8. That means I need to cross out how many? That's right, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And how many have I got left? I've got 6 left. 14 subtract 8 is 6. And then 16 subtract 9. So I've got 16 counters. I need to subtract 9. So I'm going to cross out 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And how many have I got left? 7. So if you haven't already worked out which comparison symbol goes here, then do that now. And hopefully you wrote this symbol, which means less than, exactly. 6 is less than 7. So 14 subtract 8 is less than 16 subtract 9. Okay, so your turn now. We've got 2 questions here. So you can pause the screen to have a go at these, or you can find the sheet on Teams in the maths folder. And then when you've done these 2 questions, come back because we've got more for you. Okay, so here's Stevie. Stevie's back again. Stevie says, I answer both sides first, then I put in the symbol. That's right, Stevie. We know that, don't we? Okay, so this time we don't have a picture to work this one out. So this one you will need to use resources for. I've got my lovely resources down the side here, which I'll use to help me work them out. So I think I'm going to use some Deans to begin with, and I might use a number line as well. You can use a number line at home, or you can use any resources in your house that you have. Remember, it can be anything at all. It can even be Cheerios if you want to use Cheerios to help you work it out. Okay, so I'd like you to pause here to have a go at working these out, and then we'll go through them together to see if you if you were right. Okay, so using Deans, first of all, I'm doing 12 add 3 compared with 12 add 4. So I'm representing with Deans, I'm going to make 12 first. So can you just help me? What do I need to get to work out, to represent 12 with Deans? How many 10s and how many 1s? I need 1 10, don't I? And 2 1s. So there's 12, but I need to add 3. So is that add 3 10s? No, it's not, is it? Add 3 1s. I need to get 3 more 1s. 1, 2, 3. So there is my 12 add 3. So what is 12 add 3? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 12 add 3 equals 15. Oh, and if I look down, I can see that the next 3 number sentences that I'm comparing are also 12 add 3, so I can write 15 for those as well. Okay, anyway, back to where we were. So 15 over here. We're comparing that with 12 add 4. So again, I'm going to represent it with Deans. So how many 10s do I need in 12? That's right. Okay. 1 10. And then we need those 2 1s again, don't we? Oh, if I can find them. There we are. I will scroll back up in a minute so you can see better. And then I'm adding 4. So how many more 1s do I need to get? That's right, 4 more 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So what is 12 add 4? That's right, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 12 add 4 equals 16. Okay, so 15 compared with 16. Did you get this? Did you write this symbol? What does that symbol mean? Less than. 15 is less than 16. So 12 add 3 is less than 12 add 4. Now let's do the next one with a number line. So I've already worked out this one because it's the same as the last number sentence that we compared. So 15, 12 add 3 is 15. This time we're comparing it with 12, subtract 3. So on my number line, I'm going to start on 12. And then if I'm subtracting, which direction do I need to jump in? Forwards or backwards on the number line? Backwards, yeah. 1, 2, 3. And it's 9. Okay, so 15 compared with 9. 15 is greater than 9. So 12 add 3 is greater than 12 subtract 3. Some of you might have, with it, if you've got a keen eye, you might have noticed that you didn't even need to use resources for that one. I wonder why. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the last one, I'm just going to quickly work out by looking at the 1s. Did you notice that too? In each number sentence, we've got 1 10, because there's 1 10 in 12, and there's 1 10 in 13. And then we're adding the same 1s, 2 1s and 3 1s, 3 1s and 2 1s. So that must mean that 13 add 2 also equals 15, which means that the symbol that goes in the middle is equals. 15 is equal to 15, so 12 add 3 is equal to 13 add 2. Okay, now Stevie's saying, I don't need to answer both sides every time. Look carefully. So this is what I was talking about in the last slide. 12 add 3, 12 subtract 3. Now it's both starting from 12, but this, we were adding 3 here, so the number would be getting bigger. And we were taking away 3 here, so the number will be getting smaller. So we didn't even need to work it out to know that 12 add 3 would be greater than 12 subtract 3. So having a look here, we've got 11 add 9, which we're comparing with 11 add 5. So we're starting with 11 both times, but we're adding more because 9 is a greater number than 5. So that must mean that 11 add 9 is greater than 11 add 5. Now the next one, 11 add 9 again. I should have worked out to check, didn't I? Well done if you were telling me to stop, because I do need to always check my answers. So 11 add 9 equals 20, and 11 add 5 equals 16. So yes, 20 is greater than 16. Then we've got 11 add 9 again, which we know is 20. And this time we're comparing it with 11 subtract 9. So we know that 11 add 9 is 20. If we're subtracting 9, then the number must be getting smaller. It must be smaller than 11. So 20 or 11 add 9 must be greater than 11 subtract 9. But let's work out what 11 subtract 9 is just to check. 11 subtract 9 is 2. Okay, and 20 is definitely greater than 2. So yes, 11 add 9 is greater than 11 subtract 9. Now for the last one, can you have a go at this one on your own? So pausing the screen and then we'll come back. Okay, so we know 11 add 9 is 20 because we've already worked that out in the previous 2 comparisons. And then over here, I can see it's another number 1 to 10. 2 and 8 is 10. So that must also be 20 because we've got 10 and then our number 1 to 10. 10 and 10 is 20. So it is equal. So 11 add 9 is equal to 12 add 8. So I knew that one just because I knew that 1 add 9 is number 1 to 10 and 2 add 8 is number 1 to 10. So similar questions for you to work out now. So do see if you can work them out straight away just by looking at the numbers before calculating, but then calculate it to check as well. And then we have a challenge. Stevie says, think carefully. What can you do to make them equal? Okay. Enjoy, everybody. And then tomorrow, we've got an end of unit quiz because we've come to the end of our addition and subtraction unit for this term. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.